Hello and welcome to this video where we'll go through the steps behind the F2L method for solving the first two layers of the Rubik's Cube. Now, the fact that you're here probably means that you already know how to do the 7-step easy method. If you don't, you might be able to follow through, but it would definitely be easier if you already know how to do the 7-step easier method. So I've got a link for that in the description below, but obviously there are lots of other videos on YouTube showing you how to do that. So let's begin. So F2L. So F2L, first two layers it stands for, which is part of the CFOP approach, which means C for cross, F for first two layers, O for orient, the top layer, and P for permute, the top edges. But we are just going to focus on F2L for this video. So moving on, we need to know what an F2L pair looks like. So if you look at this cube, I've just taken out this corner here, and this is an F2L pair. So I can just drop this in by doing this move, and it ends up in the right place. So when I do this move, I describe it as looking at the place where you are and going past it, bringing that up, bringing it back, and bringing it down. But if you prefer to use the proper terminology, you could call this hold on, let's do it from the other side first actually. So let's go over here. So if the white is on the right hand side, we are going to say UI, FI, UF to bring that down. I'll do that one more time. So yeah, UI, FI, UF. And if we do it on the other side, we want to go here, we're going to say U, R, UI, R, right? I'll do it one more time. So we've got the white on the F face, and this is U, R, UI, R, right? Okay, so that's that. So the next thing that we're going to look at is, if I mess this cube up slightly, is look at getting the pieces into the top layer so you can do that simple move. So obviously the cube's going to be messed up in certain ways and combinations, but we need to get the pieces into the top layer to then do that move. So let's just do a quick solve. So here we've got white leading into green. We've got the red over here, so we'll bring that to the top. Do we have anything else? We've got the orange over here, so we'll bring that to the top. Oh, and there's a blue here as well, so we can put the orange back and we can move the blue to the top. Right, so we have our cross. So in the easy method, we would have spent some time trying to get these corners in, but with the F2L, we can just flip it upside down. We start looking for where we can build the pairs and then dropping them in. So I'm going to start with this one here. So we've got green and red. We want to find the other block for green and red, which is over here. You want to build the pair and drop it in. So if I move this to the top, I can swivel this and then bring this green back down so the cross is still the same. And now I can look at solving this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm not going to explain all the bits. I'm just going to find the pair and drop it in, and then once we've dropped in a few pairs, then we'll look at the details in how to look at the different scenarios for building the pairs and then dropping them in. So yeah, we're looking for an F2L pair here. So we've got blue and orange. I can see that the other one is here, so that's already in the top. We'll bring that to the top, we'll swivel, we'll bring that down to keep the cross. So here I've got blue and orange, so I want to build this pair together. So I will just do something a bit like this. And then here we have a blue and red, and the other one is here. So we don't want to do that, they're too close together, so I'll just separate those. And then we will try and drop those in. How does that work? How does that work? No, that was wrong. Let's try this. Okay, and then again, here's our move where we can drop it in. And then the last one, you're touching, so we want to separate those. Cross is in place. That's on top, so you want to do something a bit like this. So here's our move again, and we just drop it in. So that's what it's all about, but obviously we'll take some more time now to actually look at the scenarios and understand how we can make each scenario happen and what needs to happen. So anyway, let's move on. So let's put this up the top. So we are now looking at what I call scenario 1, and scenario 1 can happen with the white on the right, or scenario 1 can happen with the white on the face, the F side. So we're going to start with white on the right. So the first move, I actually call it meet and drop. So if I do that again, the white is on the right, blue is here, red is here, red is here. And if you look from here, you can actually get used to seeing this pattern where you've got the blue, blue, blue. And then, yeah, you literally meet and drop. Okay, so what happens is, if I put that back, sometimes this piece is what I call 1 away. So it's over here. So if I just tuck this away, move it around by 1, and come back to this, what I call the safe corner, because this is where we're trying to go. And whenever we twist it, we're not messing anything up because there's nothing here to mess up. So yes, if I had to do a meet and drop here, that's not the piece that we want. The piece that we want is 1 away. So we swivel this out the way. Here's the safe corner. We move the safe corner up to the top. Come 1 closer. Come back. And then swivel this back. And then now we are ready to do the meet and drop. So that's scenario 1, meet and drop. And that was only 1 away. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to move it 2 away. So 1, 2. And then what we have here is under. So here's the safe corner, but the piece we have here is under. So I'm going to swivel this over here. No, I'm not. I'm going to swivel this first. So then we're going to put it in the safe corner. We're bringing this up to the top level. Go 1, 2. Come back, bring it, and here we are ready for our meet and drop. So then if I spin it 3 times, then that will give us the last situation. So we'll bring this to the top again. I'm going to swivel this. I'm going to put it out the way and go 1, 2, 3. And if I bring this here, this is called, well, this is what I call next to. So this is next to. So what we need to do, we need to swivel this to the safe corner. And if we go 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then bring this back, we'll be ready for our meet and drop. So obviously I just span it 3 times round, which I could have gone 1 back, but just to keep things simple, I'm spinning it in the same direction each time. So now what I'm going to try and do is exactly the same thing, but from the other side, and try and get this to happen again. So I'm not as good as doing it on the other side. So let's have a look. What do we want? This is what we want. So this would be, we've got the white on the F, we've got meet, meet and drop. So that's just the simple situation where it's already in the right place that we want it to do. So if we do that again, if we move it to 1 away, I'm going to swivel this out the way. Here's our safe corner. Move it down, move it once, bring it back, move it back. So if I did a meet and drop here, the piece is not what we want. The piece is 1 away. So that is no good. So I need to hide this in the safe corner, bring it 1 closer, bring it back. And now, when I'm back in my safe corner, I can say meet and drop for that one. So if we do that again, I'm going to move it 2 away this time. So 1, 2. I think that's correct. Yeah, so now we are under. So it's exactly the same as you did before, but on the other side. So we are under. So if we are under, we will bring it up. No, we won't bring it up. We will swivel it first, bring it up, and then go 1, 2. Bring it back, come back to the safe corner, and now we can do our meet. Meet and drop. So there we are. And then obviously, if we do it 3 times, then we will get that situation. So let's bring it up here. So let's move that out of the way, bring it down. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we'll have a situation where the pieces are touching, but they're not the right way up. So we need to swivel this, move it out of the way, go 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that's not right, is it, at all? We want to come back 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now we're ready for our meet and drop. So I may have to do that one again because I probably confused you because I didn't do that very well. So let's hide that again. Swivel that out the way. 1, 2, 3. Bring that up. Okay, yeah. So in a situation where it's touching, so we will swivel this, move this to the safe space, move it 1, 2, 3 times, move this back to our safe corner, and we can do our meet and drop. So that is what I call scenario 1. We did it on the F side and we did it on the R side. So scenario 2 is where you have white on the side, but then the 2 colors on top are actually matching. So how do we replicate that? Yes, this is what we want. This is what we want. Okay, so if you have white on one of the faces and 2 colors that are the same, you need to get this white piece somewhere on the outside where there's a safe space. Then you can move it out of the way, bring this back, and then there you have your pair. So let's try and replicate that again. So yeah, you have a white on one of the sides, 2 colors on the top. Move the white outside opposite a safe space, move it down, bring it back, you have your pair, then you can do that nice move and bring it back. So if I do that on the other side, that would be here in this case. So we have white on the side, we have 2 colors that are the same. So therefore we need this white to be on the outside but opposite a safe corner. Bring it down, bring it back. Now we have a pair, we can do that same move and bring it down. So that is scenario 2. Scenario 3 is when you have white on top. So white on top happens quite a lot. Well, they all happen, it depends what happens, but it happens quite a lot. So when you have white on top, you have to find the colors that you're working with and find the column that matches. So here's the column that matches. So we were here in our safe corner. Here's the 2 colors. You need to find the column that matches, and then we need to swivel that down. So you might need to swivel it this way to make your pair. Sometimes you'll need to swivel it this way to make your pair. You'll get used to spotting what needs to happen. So I'll swivel it that way. That will come back together to make a pair, and I can drop it down. So that will happen on the other side, obviously. So if I go out the way here, we have white on top, green and red, and here's a column. We need to make our column match up. So we make our red column match up here. We need to move it to the side, and now we have our pair here. And then we can just drop the pair in. So I'll try and do that again, like this. Right, so we have white on top, and then we have green and red. We're going to make that column match up, so we put that down. We want to bring this back so we have a pair, then we can do our same old move and bring it back. So those are the 3 scenarios that happen, and that's it. So once you've done those, you have, you get better at spotting these, building these, and then you can move on to the O for the orient and the P for the permute, and that is your F2L. So I'm just going to finish this cube now. There are more efficient ways for me to do the top layer. I haven't quite, got good at it yet, but anyway, let's just do this so you can see, compared to the other method, how actually it's a lot nicer to do it this way than the other way. So oops, nearly messed that up. And then we have one more move left in this case, which is so there you go. So that is the F2L method, and it will speed you up if you get good at it. Thanks for watching. I might do this video again, a lot less blubbery and a bit more direct, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.